Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of kangaroos and exploring the possibility of creating a hybrid kangaroo. Now, you might be thinking, hybrid kangaroo? How is that even possible? Well, let's break it down. The most common method for creating hybrid animals is through selective breeding. This involves carefully choosing parent animals with desired traits and breeding them together. However, when it comes to kangaroos, this method has its limitations. You see, kangaroos are marsupials, and they have a unique reproductive system. Unlike placental mammals, marsupials give birth to very underdeveloped young that continue to develop in a pouch. This makes it incredibly difficult to control the genetic makeup of offspring through traditional breeding methods. So, what about test tube kangaroos? Could we create a hybrid kangaroo through in vitro fertilization? Well, in theory, it's possible. Scientists have successfully used IVF to create hybrid animals in other species, like mice and rabbits. However, there are significant challenges when it comes to kangaroos. Firstly, we need to understand the complex reproductive biology of kangaroos. Their reproductive cycles are highly synchronized with environmental factors, making it difficult to manipulate them in a laboratory setting. Secondly, we need to overcome the technical hurdles of collecting and fertilizing kangaroo eggs. This process is much more delicate and challenging than with other mammals. While the idea of a test tube kangaroo might seem like something out of a science fiction movie, it's not entirely impossible. However, the scientific and ethical implications of creating hybrid kangaroos are complex and require careful consideration. So, there you have it. The world of hybrid kangaroos is a fascinating one, filled with both possibilities and challenges. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more exciting explorations into the animal kingdom. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of kangaroos and exploring the possibility of creating a hybrid kangaroo. Now, when we talk about hybrid animals, we usually think of things like a liger, which is a cross between a lion and a tiger. But what about kangaroos? Could we create a hybrid kangaroo by combining different species? Well, the answer is a bit more complicated than you might think. There are actually quite a few different species of kangaroos, and some of them are more closely related than others. For example, the red kangaroo and the antilopine kangaroo are both members of the same genus, Macropus. This means they share a relatively recent common ancestor, and they are more likely to be able to interbreed. However, even within the same genus, there are still some barriers to crossbreeding. For example, the red kangaroo and the antilopine kangaroo have different mating seasons, which makes it difficult for them to reproduce together. So, while it's technically possible to create a hybrid kangaroo by crossbreeding different species, it's not something that happens naturally in the wild. And even if we were to try to create a hybrid kangaroo in a lab, it's not clear whether the offspring would be viable or fertile. Now, let's move on to the idea of crossbreeding kangaroos with other marsupials. This is even more challenging, as kangaroos are only distantly related to other marsupials like koalas and wombats. The further apart two species are on the evolutionary tree, the less likely they are to be able to interbreed. And in the case of kangaroos and other marsupials, the genetic differences are simply too great for them to produce viable offspring. So, while the idea of a hybrid kangaroo might be intriguing, it's not something that's likely to happen anytime soon. The genetic barriers are simply too great to overcome. But that doesn't mean that there aren't other fascinating things to learn about kangaroos. We can still explore their unique adaptations, their social behavior, and their role in the Australian ecosystem. So, stay tuned for more videos on these fascinating creatures. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends.